Welcome back. Let's take you to this now. Multi-award-winning musician and songwriter Ndivhudzannyi Ralivhona, popularly known as Makhadzi, is recovering in hospital after a road accident. Makhadzi was knocked down by a passing vehicle on the N1 outside Mokopane while en route to a performance in Johannesburg. The incident occurred shortly after she alighted from her own vehicle, leaving fans and the music industry with deep concerns. The superstar is said to be in a stable condition at a hospital in Polokwane in Limpopo, and her management has assured supporters that she is receiving the best possible care as investigations into the accident continue. For more on this, we are now joined by Makhadzi Entertainment spokesperson Lucky, or Slim, Tshilimandila. Lucky, a very good afternoon to you, of course, coming to you in very, very tragic times. Can you firstly confirm Makhadzi's current medical condition for us and the progress since the accident?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, and also to the viewers. So currently, Makhadzi, I've just received a message that she has gone out of the hospital because I last saw her yesterday. But even yesterday, the doctors, they have alerted us that there's a possibility that she might be released. And indeed, she has been released. This is the first time we are out. She has been released, but still, she's still going to recover at home. And then from there, she has been advised to get some rest.
Yeah. Can you speak to us about, the circumstances around this incident? I mean, what led her to alight from her own vehicle on the N1?
Well, you know that and understand that Makhadzi, as an artist, she performs in various provinces, and certain times she will have performances, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 performances in one night or in a day. So they were traveling from Venda, they were going to Gauteng to perform there. So after getting information from the driver said he had some noise at the back of the car, and which made him to stop to look at that noise, or what was the noise all about. So as he was looking at the noise, then some of the team members got out of the car, they were stretching, and unfortunately it was at that moment when they were out of the car, as the driver was checking the car as to what was wrong, then there's a car that came, and unfortunately they did not see that car, and then which then hit Makhadzi. So that's what happened. And although immediately after that, what happened was that the driver had to put Makhadzi back in the car and back to Polokwane because they were in Mokopane. So that's what happened when it comes to Makhadzi being hit by a car and why she was out of the car.
And how has this unfortunate incident affected her schedule, like upcoming performances and other commitments that she may have had?
Well, of course, on that night, you'll remember it was the 31st of December, it was New Year's Eve. She had a couple of events that she had to attend to. But, we are very fortunate because majority of the event organizers or promoters, they understood the situation, because that situation, an accident can happen to anyone. It's a situation that is beyond anyone's control. So they understood what happened, and while we spoke to them, we engaged with them, and majority of them said, no, we understand. So what needs to happen is that we can have other performances at a later date. But in terms of her performing, because that particular day after the incident, and I think hours later, she had to be operated because her injuries, it was on the shoulder going down to the lower abdomen. So that's where they operated her. That operation lasted for an hour, 30 minutes. And after that, then she went out of theater. But then she's going to recover. It means it's going to take time for her to go back and perform. So we are anticipating that she will start performing around Easter from now on.
And just talking about that recovery, what kind of support structures are in place for her recovery? I would imagine it's not only medically, but also emotionally as well.
Yeah, of course, because there are a lot of things that the doctors have advised. from the checkups because she's been released, but we've been given dates to say on such and such a date she need to go back to the hospital, and then there's also rehab in place, so she will also be attending rehab sessions. And other than that, because I spoke to her personally, and she was joking with me and she was saying, hey, I've realized that a person can die and come back. As you know, Makhadzi, she's always having that good sense of humor. So other than that, it's psychological help because it really, really, really affected her. She was not expecting it because she said to me, when the car hit her, she could not remember anything until waking up at the hospital. So other than the medical attention, she will also get psychological help. So there's a lineup for all those things as she'll be recovering from home.
Yeah, as we wrap up our conversation, I mean, we want to just also read out some of the tweets that have been said, but I'm going to let you go now, but perhaps just as a final word from you and any, messages that your team would like to share with the public and the broader public at this time.
Yeah, of course, a lot of people were worried. We received a lot of messages of support, prayers, and well wishes, and we can confirm that those are the only injuries that affected her, because a lot of people were asking. There are no head injuries, no spine injuries, so because a lot of people were worried about that, especially when someone has been hit by a car. But we want to be thankful. Most importantly, the hospital staff in Polokwane, where she was admitted, the staff were very much helpful and they really, really supported her and they took a good care of her. And also to the supporters and the fans, we saw messages and there were a lot of messages that came through, getting her, wishing her well, and also messages of prayers. The Premier of Limpopo also sent through messages of support. Every day she's been checking up on Makhadzi, and it's not a good time for us, especially in Limpopo province with the Limpopo music artists. We know what happened to Karishma, Kaishelo. We know all these artists, they are getting involved in incidents of different kinds. But what we can assure supporters is that Makhadzi will come back, and she will come back stronger. She will continue making music, and she will make them dance again. She will perform for them, and as she's recovering from home, I will just send this message to say, let's keep her in our prayers so that she recover fully and she come back and entertain as an entertainer that she is.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Lucky. Really do appreciate it, and speedy recovery to Makhadzi. In fact, let's read you some of those messages from her fans wishing her a speedy recovery now, coming through from Facebook there. Mpodia says, speedy recovery to Africa Queen Makhadzi. Another one there saying, our Queen Makhadzi, wish you speedy recovery. We're praying for you. And get well soon because you are a strong lady and come dance a peacock, Koliwe there. And another one saying, wishing Makhadzi a full and speedy recovery. She's worked so hard this year, really hoping she gets the rest and the strength that she needs to bounce back soon.